Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Hot Toys Iron Man figure, and it is Hulkbuster, 1/6 scale Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. And here's the box itself, and I'm going to do a figure comparison. And here you can see a 1/6 scale figure, 12-inch. It's about half the size of the box right there. And I'm gonna open them up, and then after you pull out the sleeve, this is what's inside a foam box, and then there's an opening up in the front. Here is where the 1/6 bust is located, and then the next to it there's a chest plate, but it's not the actual chest plate that comes with it. And there are a bunch of other pieces which I already put on the on the Hulkbuster, so you guys will see it later on. And then here's where the Hulkbuster would be housed, and batteries. It takes a lot of batteries. And then here is the damaged chest plate. You could interchange. And here's the figure itself. Now he is massive and very, very heavy. And here's a comparison with the Han figure, and he's only up to his crotch. And what I'm going to do now is demonstrate opening this guy up so you guys can see. First, you want to remove those two magnetized pieces up on top, and then you want to open up these two flaps and lift them out of the way, and they are attached to ball joints. And here you can pull down these chest plates, and inside here's one of the pieces that are in the box. You need to remove that, and then open these two pieces, and then take out the collar piece, and it's also magnetized. And the reason it's not lifting up, the head's not lifting up, because I haven't opened up the back piece yet. Here you have to lift that piece up in order for you to lift up the head. And then I'm not exactly sure why these pieces can move. I don't understand those pieces, but they can move, so that's cool, I guess. And here's where the figures house inside, and this here is the full 1/6 scale Mark 43. And then I took out another piece, and then in here you can see the chest plate of this Mark 43 is actually silver, so that's the chest piece that's supposed to come with this figure. And then here's a close-up on some of the detailing of this figure. And I'm surprised that they're able to fit a full-size 1/6 figure in there. Initially, they were only going to do the bust, but now I'm extremely happy that we're able to put a actual figure in there. I mean, he does look kind of uncomfortable. The arms has to be bent a certain way for him to actually go in. And here you see the ball joint right there. And then what else? You could remove this chest piece here, the breastplate. It's attached using magnets, and there's a slot there. And here's the attached battle damage chest piece, and there's the little slot right there. And it's slot right through the rib cage section right there. And there's a hole there, so you just need to plug that in, and it is held on by magnets. So kind of cool. The fact that they give you a little interchangeable piece. I wish they give us a little bit more, because there's only one piece. It's both breasts should have been battle damage, and some of the other pieces, and that would have been nice. And what am I doing now? I don't even remember. I'm removing the head. I know you guys can't see it, but it is held on by ball joint as well. You could physically remove the whole head of the Hulkbuster in order for you to take the Iron Man out. So this is what I'm attempting to do, and here you can see you could lift the whole thing out. That's kind of cool. I really like that. And you might be wondering why the Mark 43 it's wearing leg warmers. They provided those just so it wouldn't scratch the inside of this Hulkbuster here. because in here you guys probably can't see too much because it's kind of dark. The legs are supposed to go right in, and you can see my finger right there. Behind his butt area, there's a hole, is where you push the legs down. Because if you just vertically push the Iron Man down, you won't be able to get it in all the way. So you're gonna have to somehow put a finger on the side of the cheek, and then push one of the leg forward a little bit in order for it to slide right through. And here's a detailed look at the figure. And the Mark 43 with the chest plate, and the rest of the Hulkbuster. One thing I didn't like about this Hulkbuster is how, well, I mean, this thing is so big, and the fact that you could put a figure inside is already very impressive. So this little gripe I have is not really that big of a deal, because I understand there has to be some limitation. The legs, the hips, you're not allowed to spread them apart, because I guess it is due to the fact that you could put a figure in, so they have to somehow limit its mobility a little bit. And here's the back side of it. And so the range of motion for the hips, you could only move the legs forward and back a little bit, about 30 degrees, and that's it. And then the knees could also bend about 30 degrees or so. That's not a whole lot, so you're not going to give them dynamic poses or anything. And then here I'm showing you guys the battery compartments. That back panel is supposed to light up the back section. And then here the calf, that panel is supposed to light up those, and also the front section as well. So the back panel lights up the chest piece, and then the legs, the calf also lights up the front portion of his legs. Yeah, and then the arms, the forearm section, that piece has light up features, and also the palm also has light up features, which is kind of cool. And the palm, it's right on the front of his hand, and then there's an on-off switch and to light up the palm section. So it's quite nice. And I forgot what am I supposed to do here. So I think I'm showing you guys the range of motion. The arms has ratcheting joints, so you could bend up to almost about 90 degrees, and then the elbow bends about 45 degrees, and then there is bicep section, bicep rotation, but I'm having a hard time moving it. Once I lowered the arm back down, I was able to move it, but it is a really, really stiff joint right there. It has rotation. You can see the bicep does move, rotates almost 360 degrees, and the forearm section can be lifted. Well, initially you'll have to attach that yourself, and once you attach that, then you can lift these two pieces. They could both lift together, but you could lift them separately. It folds up a little bit to give him so he's able to do the repulsor blast. It gives him a little more range around the wrist section, and it's also on ratcheting joints. And fingers are all individually articulated, so that's cool. And then here I think, oh yeah, I'm just showing you guys the Mark 43, the bus. So you could actually, this thing is attached using magnets on the back, right there. And then you just place this piece on, and it'll stick there. It'll stick together quite easily. But it is cool that you could actually put a Mark 43 in there, and that's the chest plate that it comes with. It's kind of cool to replace it with that instead of the traditional red one. And then those are the leg warmers, and again, you have to put those on if you don't want your Mark 43 to get all scratched up while you're putting it inside the Hulkbuster. And back section right here, that's the spot I was telling you about. You need to stick your finger in there in order to push the legs forward, so it'll slide through the thigh section, because otherwise it'll get stuck. So once you have the figure in there, I'm going to show you guys how to close this back up. So first you want to attach that particular piece on there, and it is held on by magnets. And then close these two flaps back up. And then the collar piece, and also attach using magnets. And once you have that on, it's not too secure. I think it's because the Mark 43 is not on there all the way. But for now, yeah, that's what I'm attempting to do. It's what I was able to do, because I didn't retry it or anything. So yeah. And yep, they're attempting to put the pieces back together, and then that piece goes in front, and there are pegs. You could peg them onto the those two flaps there, and once you attach that, put the two magnetized pieces over the shoulders back on, and then lift the chest pieces up. Once you fold them together and push this piece back down, and there's a little lip, yeah, it needs to catch onto the chest piece, and then just put these pieces back down, and there you have it, the Hulkbuster. And with the Mark 43, he weighs about 20.5 pounds. Without it, he's about 18 pounds by itself, so really, really heavy. And there he is carrying the bus. So at the end of the day, I do highly recommend this thing, but it is very, very expensive. But it does have limitation as far as mobility, and most of the movement are from the arms and the head, but that's about it. Nothing around the waist down. Chest, there is a little rotation, but that's about it. And but it does look absolutely amazing. It is very, very heavy. So with the box itself, it's gonna be about, I think, close to about 25 pounds with the box. And if you try to move those legs, they are very heavy to move. Like I said, you can move them forward a little bit, about 30 degrees, and the knees could bend. And then I think ankles also has articulation, but it's so heavy that it's hard to bring it, to carry it and then move the legs. So I didn't even bother moving his legs too much. And there's the backside again, just so you guys could see it again before I end this video. And at the end of this video, I will put a bunch of photos up so you guys could see what it looks like with the Mark 43. Nicer photos than the video, sharper images of the Mark 40, the Hulkbuster. And yeah, so there you have it. Totally worth getting. And I wouldn't say totally worth getting. I mean, it's a good figure, but a very, very expensive figure too. So there you go. Thanks for watching.